Hello everyone, my name is Caroline and welcome to Sproutin' About. Today I'm going to be teaching you all of the items that you could possibly need when planting, propagating, cutting, clipping, whatever you want to do. I am going to show you. So here I have with me are some of the main staples of our garden. So these are all different pruners that if you want a harder pruner that prunes like big stuff, like we have a plum in the front that is really hard to prune, and the branches are very thick. These types of pruners will really help. If you guys want to know the names of all of them, please let me know down in the comments. But it's even harder to close. But yeah, there's this guy who is for big dudes, and we've got this one who is just a cleaner version of this one. So we got the one that I have right here is kind of just your basic pruner. Whenever you type in pruner on Amazon or anything like that, this is kind of what'll pop up, and it's just as good. You don't have to buy the super expensive stuff in order for things to work. You can buy whatever in your budget that you need to buy. You can really go to the dollar store if you wanted to, and you could buy some of the cheap pruners if you wanted to. They work just as fine. They may not hold up as long, but do whatever it is you need to do in order to make your garden a happy place for you. Here on Sprout About, we don't boast about super expensive stuff. We really kind of keep it affordable for everyone because it's just nicer that way. So this one looks kind of gnarly. This one is the one that we typically use for plants that have sap when you cut into them. So like if you cut into a citronella plant, which is actually what did this brown coloring to the my neighbors are honking. The citronella actually is what kind of gave the burnt look to this set of pruners, which is absolutely crazy. But when you do cut into citronella, which I will do a video in the future on how to prune citronella, I would say get a main pruner that you use. For anything else that is not liquidy, I know it's kind of a weird thing to say, but the dragon fruit isn't liquidy, so you would use this guy for the dragon fruit, which was in a previous video, and I will link in the description that previous video. But so we have this guy who is to trim big dudes, so big thick branches. It's a lot harder to crimp, which tells you that it's a lot more powerful to cut big branches. But yeah, if you are going to have plants like citronella or plants like, I would say onions, because when you cut into a onion stalk, which is what green onions are made from, it will have liquid that comes with it. So of course, like I was saying earlier, get a pruner that you're not worried about getting dirty and all of the kind of nasty juices from the plants on it, and then get a spare pruner that is mostly for other things. I would say if you cut a plant and it looks funny, like if the plant looks a little weird, use a separate pruner just in case that plant has a disease. And we will talk more about that in a different video. But let's move along. Here are some gloves that we like to use whenever we are pruning, say, our lemon tree, any citruses, any dragon fruit, this guy right here, any dragon fruit, anything that is super pokey. We love to wear these gloves. Really, any gloves are perfectly fine, just as long as they are thick enough and they've got like padding, and they can take a stabbing, because these before have actually been stabbed through, I would say at least once, but that was because of our citrus tree, and he's not very friendly. Of course, I will do a video on, his name is Leonard. I will do a video on our Meyer lemon here in a little bit, But yeah, his name is Leonard and he's temperamental. So if you get a Meyer Lemon, they will have a little bit of an attitude. They're kind of mean in terms of biting, and by biting I mean stabbing you with thorns. So yeah, any glove that's really padded, thick, that maybe has like a little bit of plastic on the front of it right here. I wouldn't say normal gardening gloves. I would say more like heavy duty work gloves, because I believe that these are a type of heavy duty work glove. Here is the front of that. But as long as you make sure that you get a heavy duty glove, you will be perfectly fine. And of course, what is a gardener without a trowel? Now, if you were to actually use a trowel, this is from Walmart, I do believe. You can, of course, get it on Amazon. You can get it on, you know, the dollar. I think the dollar store has some. That is also perfectly fine. I actually stopped using a trowel because I figured that my hands kind of work just the same, but I know some people don't really like to get down and dirty, but here on Sprout and About, we love to get down and dirty. And we have this guy. Now this guy, let me see if I can get him out. This dude right here is a pruning shear that is specifically made, I believe, in Japan. And he's super hard to get out. He's kind of scary. Let me put this down. So here he is. This is our pruner, as well as digger, as well as kind of just an all-around tool. If you don't want to get a pruner, which I would say get a pruner as well, you can get one of these. These are actually pretty expensive, but they will help you dig down. There is inches and millimeters on here. Hi guys, you can see me. There are inches and millimeters. It is very sharp. We have used this to cut pieces of our trees. We have used this to prune certain things, as well as dig down. Like if your dirt is absolutely hard and you have clay, or you have some dirt that really just doesn't want to move, you can use the tip of this guy and kind of go down as deep as you want to. You know, you could go to the 6-inch mark and plant a tree. You could go down to the 1-inch mark and you can plant some seeds, because they don't need very much. But yeah, this dude is absolutely amazing. We have used him probably a mixture of like 4 times, I would say. Every time we've used him, we have been super impressed by it. But if you guys aren't really into gardening that well, you know, not really kind of making a you know, living from it, I would suggest, you know, going with your basics, with your trowel and your small pruners and things like that. But since we have our agriculture license and we do you know, we do those kinds of things, I would say, you know, sticking with these guys. But let me know down in the comments if you guys want links to all of these, and I can do that for you. And I look forward to showing you guys something new in the next video. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.